Alright, hello. The Simpsons is one of the longest running TV series of all time. Only people as old as Mr. Burns will remember when it first aired back in 1989. In that time there has been many Simpsons video games. Some of them quite awful, some of them okay, and some of them, well, one of them is Simpsons Hit and Run, which is not only my favourite Simpsons game, but one of my favourite video games of all time. So let's delve into the past and find out why I love this game, while also nitpicking things that prevent it from being perfect. While also looking at stuff that I'd like to be improved upon if this game was to ever get a remaster. Although that would mean EA would have to stop sucking the milk dry from Simpsons Tapped Out and actually bother to make a game. So here we go. Here are 5 things I love and hate about the Simpsons Hit and Run. Have you ever wanted to drive around to the Quickie Mart and buy a bucket of ice cream with mini pies in?
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies.
What happened to the ice cream with mini pies your wife bought this morning?
I probably ate it. I don't remember stuff too good.
Or maybe go down to Moe's for a watered down rat-infested beer. Or possibly visit Springfield Dam before it got destroyed. Then this is the game for you. Just having the ability to drive around Springfield in 3 different maps is super cool to me. It never even dawned on me when I was young that it's mostly just one loop and not fully open world. But then who cares? There is so much to see and do in Springfield, including kicking Milhouse into a chasm. What more could you ask for? Now it may be fun to drive around Springfield drifting round the corners, but it's much less fun to run and jump, and not just because you control Homer, who enjoys neither of those things. Any mission where you have to be on foot is always a nightmare. It's just so hard to jump accurately and land on platforms. Thankfully there's not many missions where this comes up, as the large majority of the game is based around driving. Although the game is called Hit and Run, you don't really run very much. There is so many choices of car to use in this game, from Homer's signature pink sedan, to Bart's soapbox derby racer, and even a car from one of my favourite episodes, Mr. Plow.
My prices are so low, you'll think I've suffered brain damage.
You are fully bonded and licensed by the city, aren't you, Mr. Plow?
Shut up, boy. Call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
You can buy 3 cars in each level, while also unlocking a car from doing a bonus mission, and even winning a car from doing all 3 races in each level, giving you all kinds of options for cars to use in missions. There is even a hidden secret vehicle in each level as well, although mostly useless for using in missions. Some of these are just super fun to mess around in and just drive around and have a good old time. However, things cost money, just like in real life unfortunately, and you'll find yourself running out of money quite easily. Again, just like in real life. So be careful about buying vehicles and clothes, since you'll need to buy specific cars and clothes for some missions. Because of course Marge has to wear her inmate outfit to collect ketchup packets while driving in a car. The problem is coins don't respawn in levels, so once you have smashed all the Buzz Cola crates and smashed all the Wasp cameras, it does become quite hard to find coins to collect. This can make it a huge grind to collect everything in the game. Simpsons Hit and Run allows you to play as all of the Simpsons family. Of course, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Apu. Oh yes, Apu is now part of the family. I guess technically he is one of the most famous secondary characters in The Simpsons. No room for Maggie though. Maybe a Baby Drive-In would have been a bit too far. The structure for how each character continues the story is very well done. Each character has their own objectives. It starts off quite tame, with Homer trying to find out the secret of the black vans.
Oh, homie, you're so sexy when you're paranoid.
Meanwhile, Bart just wants to buy the new Bone Storm game, only to be abducted by aliens. Lisa then needs to try and find Bart. Marge has to discover why Bart can no longer speak English, and the mystery behind the crop circles. Apu has to work out where the cola is coming from, before Bart is back to try and warn Springfield about the attack. And finally, zombies rise from the dead, and Homer has to destroy the aliens. So much going on and so many characters getting their own spotlight. Nobody likes aggressive cops, and these police are much more competent than Chief Wiggum.
Oh, man. That's better. All right, get the scent, boy. Come on, get the scent. Now, come on.
The moment you reach hit and run, they'll be straight onto your tail, trying to ram you and prevent you from moving. This will screw you over in a lot of missions, where it's almost impossible to not reach hit and run. Annoyingly as well, each time you are busted, it costs you 50 coins, which as mentioned before, will make you run out of coins very, very easily. If at any point you don't feel like doing missions, there is so much to collect and find, including the collector cards, some of which took me forever to find when I was young. You also have 20 wasp cameras in each level to try and find and smash. Each level is also littered with gags to find, many of which reference the original TV series. It just satisfies my love of collectathon platforming games of the past. I'd even go so far as to say I enjoy just driving around collecting cards more than the actual missions. It's just like playing GTA 3, which this game is heavily inspired on. You could do the missions, but sometimes it's just way more fun to drive around and mess about. I would even go so far as to say I enjoy just driving around more than the actual missions. If that sounds repetitive, then just wait for some of the missions in this game. I guess there's only so many different types of missions you can do in a car, but the amount of times you have to follow a car to a location, destroy a vehicle, or crash into a vehicle a certain amount of times to make objects fall out. And then there's the classic escape from a specific character or race them to a location. It does get a bit tiring and maybe at times a bit uncreative with the types of missions you are doing. Although the humour of the characters during the mission briefings does make up for it.
Homie, somebody ate every dessert in the house. I need you to run to the store and pick up some of that ice cream with the miniature pies in it.
Oh, it must have been one of our kids. Probably Milhouse.
This game is filled to the brim with references. They are everywhere. From Flamin' Moe's to the Stonecutters, and even having the ability to drive the monorail train, which is quite possibly my favourite episode of all time.
Mono, don't!
Each collector card as well will have a reference to an episode of The Simpsons. You have clothes you can buy which all are from episodes as well. This is a game for the true Simpsons fan. you'll find yourself having moments of joy by seeing your favourite episodes being referenced. Now this is a biggie. It's the whole final level. As a concept, it's great. It's basically like playing a Treehouse of Horror level, with the undead rising up caused by Kang and Kodos. But this level was very rushed, which is easy to see. The fact the whole map is not accessible is a big downside. They just simply ran out of time to finish it. And then you have the final missions. Now, I already said missions were repetitive earlier, but this is taking it to a whole new level. You literally have the exact same mission multiple times in a row. Go to the nuclear power plant, pick up toxic waste, drive to the playground. It's bad enough having to do this more than once, but you do this exact mission 4 times in a row. Could they really not think of a couple more different missions? It's frustrating as the rest of the game is amazing up until this point. I struggled to think of 5 things I didn't like about this game, but this part really did annoy me. But what do you think about The Simpsons Hit and Run? Do you think it should get a remaster? What parts of the game do you love and hate? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But for now, take care and leave me alone.